of people that you've been able to get to go. And just so that we don't run out of time, I want to bring in another good friend of ours, Jeff Coates. Jeff is the marketing director. He's kind of a little bit like Tom in that he really doesn't have much free time. Um, Je- uh, uh, Jeff is responsible for marketing of Rotel Project, all the Samico products, the Sonus Faber, and Macintosh. This is a lot. You can imagine how busy this guy just completely stays. But I got to tell you, no matter how busy Jeff is, it he does it with such grace that when you're speaking with him on the phone or you're at a show with him, he never shows it. He's one of the most calm guys that you'll ever meet. His hair could be on fire, and he'd probably go, "Excuse me, my hair's on fire." But he just doesn't get excited about anything. He just gets the job done. He does a fantastic job with all of these brands. Please welcome our good friend, Mr. Jeff Coates.
Wow, what an introduction! Speaking of grace, I mean, these two gentlemen on the stage, man.
Yeah,
great
thanks
stuff.
for joining us, Jeff. Always good to see you.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Couple things, and I love this: the audacity to put on a show with 100 days runway last year.
Thankfully, Heather and Taylor and the whole marketing team, everybody else at Audio Device,
Well, it goes to show. I mean, Audio Device, world-class organization. You guys did a great job. I mean, we showed up last year, and the wraps on the elevators, the banners in the lobby, the quality of the displays, every single thing was just so beautifully curated at this show. It looked like y'all have been doing it for 20 years. So we were delighted to participate last year. As you said, August 22nd, we sent in for an extra demo room. So we're going to have 5 unique spaces where you can hear Macintosh Group and Fine Sounds Group product. So and it's going to start out in the lobby, or out in front of the lobby with the Macintosh MX 1375 system in the Grand Wagoneer.
Super cool. So last year they were like, not only are we going to bring some really cool speakers, we want to bring the Grand Wagoneer, the brand new Grand Wagoneer at the time, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer with 19 zones or something like that, 23 zones. I can't remember.
So it's 1,375 watts of Macintosh power. It's a really wonderful system. It's something to really, and it'll be in Raleigh, so it's wonderful to just dive in, get the air conditioning for a couple of minutes, crank the Go Buzz, and really get a feel for what it can do.
So this is going to be like super fun. The Macintosh system in these vehicles are they're not only beautiful, but they sound amazing. Jeff, was it you guys? I can't remember, but there was a few shows ago. I hopped into someone's car and they had the big Macintosh system in there. I think they had rented it. Was that you?
That unfortunately was not me.
Okay, I can't even remember.
I fight for those when I see them on the Emerald Isle, though. If I see a Grand Wagoneer, I'm running for it.
So this is really interesting because I think this is going to bring out some people that just want to see the new Grand Wagoneer and then also hear this incredible system. So we're really looking forward to this. And there's something that you probably don't know, or you may. You're a kind of on the inside track of a lot of things. We just set up a between Cobuzz and Jeep and Macintosh. We just set up a partnership, and we're going to start having an incredible time. So next year, and you may want to do this with me. I'm going to fly into Amsterdam about 3-4 days earlier than the Munich show starts. We're going to pick up one of the Jeep Cherokees with the big Macintosh system and journal the trip all the way to the second best show in the world, which is Munich.
I mean, sign me up. And then on the other side of that, and this is the fun part. So you mentioned Munich. We had global debuts for 2 really cool products from both Macintosh and Sonus Faber at the Munich show. And we are delighted that we're going to be playing these for the world at Audio Advice Live as well. So the Macintosh ML1 Mark II, so a loudspeaker we introduced originally all the way back in 1970. Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful kind of throwback walnut cabinet. But boy, does it just fit into a modern space. So we'll be driving that with Macintosh electronics in one of our display areas. And the new Sonus Faber Stradivari 40th Anniversary Edition. There's certain loudspeakers you get in the room with, and you just sort of you sort of watch how you approach it because it's so beautiful. Our first reaction to seeing these live in Munich was just astounding, and I can't wait to play these for folks. I'm working with our VP of sales and the rest of our team to figure out what we're going to drive with these. But part of this will obviously have big rack and Macintosh. We're also going to be showing all the new Rotel Michi Series 2 product. So regardless, you're going to have better than 1,000 watts worth of monoblock driving those Stradivarius. And I can guarantee sitting down in that room is going to be very, very special. Kind of a new one for us too. One of our rooms is going to be entirely devoted to powered loudspeakers and streaming. So I can't completely divulge everything that'll be in that space, but suffice it to say, it'll be worth coming in and having to sit down and hearing sort of that next generation of powered loudspeakers and, what a truly wireless, either home theater or music solution could be. So we'll have products from both Macintosh and Sonos Faber in that space.
This is one of my favorite categories in audio right now. It's gotten so much better. Speakers are no longer just powered speakers. They've finally come out to be active speakers. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what you guys have got going there, because there's been so many advances in this field. And I got to tell you, from just a personal standpoint, I'm so glad to see the Stradivari being re-released. I had the absolute honor of helping debut that speaker in the United States the first time it was shown this must have been about 15 years ago or so. Nobody had ever seen anything like it. And to this day, my friend Phil Murray at Listen Up has still got a pair. And every time we go to Denver, it's just a big party. We all go in, it may be 10, 15 people almost every time. And sits around and listens to music.
So there's a good chunk of the records behind me were first listened to in Phil Murray's listening space there. And I'm like, damn, Phil, what is this? I got to look that one up. It's always special. But that's really what we're going to be doing, right? We're going to be delivering amazing musical experiences. We're going to have 5 different places to see what sort of the best that we're doing for Macintosh Group and Fine Sounds. So there'll be true balanced phono from Project, great electronics from Rotel at opening price points all the way up to our flagship Michi, Macintosh, Sonos Faber, powered, active, you name it. We're going to have a lot of different products there. And I don't know about that comment about me not getting excited about anything. I don't get upset, but my goodness, I do get excited. I'm excited.
That's what I should have said. I've never seen you upset, no matter what. You're just the meaning of grace. I really appreciate it. We appreciate you, Jeff, and I can't wait to see you, buddy. I think you owe me a breakfast at Waffle House, though, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Count on it.
One right downtown Raleigh on Hillsborough Street. I'm sure you guys can find your way over there. Don't forget about the Maserati, right? You guys are still bringing the Maserati too, right?
Yes. So I guess the question is it the Grecale or the MC20?
I don't know.
That's the Grecale. We had this out in front of our demo space at the Munich High-End show. Boy, the OEM auto sound system in this was absolutely fantastic. So we'll have 2 different OEM experiences, one from Sonos Faber, one from Macintosh. So actually, I misspoke. We'll have a total of 6 listening experiences at the show.
Again, supporting us in a big way, and it means a lot, especially like you said, some of the North America debuts of some amazing new products from just world-renowned brands. So really excited.
Well, we're delighted to be back, and thanks for hosting such a great show. We're delighted to be a part of it.
Take care, Jeff. We'll be looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
All right, see y'all.
So, Jonathan, we're kind of coming down toward the end of this thing. We have about 15 more minutes, and we've saved one of the best guys for last. I'm really nuts about this whole company, and to see what Nick Brown and Gary have done with SVS has just been nothing short of absolutely amazing. They bought this little company. I think it's primarily a subwoofer company when they bought it, and they have taken this company to heights I would have never guessed myself. Although I'm huge fans of both of these guys. They do a weekly show, an SVS show with Gary, Nick, and Larry. And they're just normal, regular people that people want to hang out with. So they get thousands of people on these live streams just to listen to them talk about the latest and greatest speaker or what they've been listening to that week. Larry's always big with the movies. Nick and Gary are always big with the music, but it's just a super fun live stream to listen to because they're not pretentious at all. Super down to earth people. And they actually support the industry about as good as anyone that I've seen. So I'd like to introduce the Vice President, I believe, of Marketing with SVS, Nicholas Brown.
What's up, Nick? Good seeing you. I think you're on mute. Let's see here real quick. Hang on.
Hey, there we go. Welcome to the SVS community too. We're actually brought in our Facebook and YouTube folks. So hello to some familiar faces from our audiophile happy hour broadcast. Nice to see you. And of course, David, Jonathan, always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. And again, thanks for your guys' support. Nick again was, hey, I got this idea. What do you think? And he was like, we're all in. So you guys supported us in a big way last year. And we're super glad to have you guys back.
Well, I got to give Jonathan props, man. We go to a lot of audio shows and he has been hitting the ground hard to see what works and, what these other shows are doing really, really well. I saw you in Munich. I saw you at Exponent in Chicago. So, that takes a lot of effort to kind of do that recon to figure out what the best sort of opportunities are that are going to make a high profile show. And frankly, I couldn't be more excited about heading out to Raleigh this August.
Awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
So what are you guys going to be? I'm hoping you're going to be showing one of those fabulous theaters.
Yes, we are. And I do have to say, since you did give us so much love on the Audiophile Happy Hour, we are planning on doing one of our live streams on that Thursday night leading up to the show. So hopefully we'll have some special guests that will reciprocate this appearance that I'm making now and share some of the energy that's coming for the show. But we'll be doing our giveaways there that Thursday night leading up to Audio Advice Live. But yeah, we're definitely bringing a legit home theater this time around. It's going to be a 5.2.2 Dolby Atmos experience with our Prime Pinnacle Towers, which actually I have in my home here right behind me. SP3000 is a pair of our subwoofers that are right in the middle of the lineup. We did get in trouble by bringing some of our bigger subs in the past. So, right in the middle, but I promise you we'll still be shaking the hotel as much as we can with the SP3000s, having some fun with that. Our Ultra Center, some of our Prime Elevations, which are some of our most popular speakers. They're used in a lot of Dolby Atmos systems, bringing in the height effects. And then we'll bring in some bookshelf speakers for the surrounds, and that will make up our home theater system. And we're going to just be running that off a Denon AV receiver. Part of what we are trying to showcase here is that you can have these killer world-class audio experiences, get that full immersion, but you don't necessarily need, $50,000 worth of front-end equipment to make our speakers sound great. So, it's not necessarily the most expensive system you're going to hear at Audio Advice Live, but I don't think everyone is there to necessarily purchase a $100,000 system. They want to hear what's possible, but they also want to see what's attainable. And, we like to figure that we're delivering a little bit on both ends.
This is great. What do you guys are doing a giveaway, aren't you?
We're going to give away a pair of our Prime Wireless Pro powered bookshelf speakers, which I know you're very familiar with, David. We'll also be demonstrating those at the show as well in a 2-channel arrangement with our compact Powerhouse 3000 micro subwoofer. So we'll have a 2-channel system that will be streaming off of Qobuz, and I have some new favorite tracks that we've highlighted that we'll be busting out for Audio Advice Live. So look for some new content. I did see a comment in there about how somebody loved hearing Billie Eilish last year, but if they hear it this year, they might take the hotel down. So, we might play it here and there sparingly. It is a great bass demo, but we're listening. We hear you there. We'll go easy on the Billie Eilish this year.
I think we could probably put a pocket veto on anything that's from Too Many Zoos. I think that pocket veto, Diana Krall's already on that list, Niles Lofgren. There's several people on that list that just get super overplayed. But I do want to talk a little bit about the Prime Pros, the new Prime Pros. Like I say, go to a lot of shows, and last week was no exception. I was in the Pacific Northwest, And the general price of a high end system there was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of probably on the low side 25,000, on the high side over $1 million. I mean, lots and lots of money. This is not necessary to just have a great high resolution system. I just got not long ago a pair of the Prime Wireless Pros. They're all self-contained, active speaker. They've got all the streaming, the power, everything is basically built in. You need a phone to, to call up the different services that you want to use. But outside of that, I mean, everything is self-contained. And here's the cool thing. People are going, I hear this so much. It's so hard to put together a high-end audio system on a budget. I got to tell you, you're wrong. You put a pair, all you really need is a pair of the Prime Power Wireless, and you have got a high-end system. I actually bought these things just for my bedroom. I thought, oh, well, these will be cute because they can take the place of another powered speaker that I've got. I got these speakers in. We set them up in our bedroom. And I'm just going, there is no way these speakers are sounding like this. So I got to figure out something else for my bedroom, because I grabbed out a pair of 75-pound a piece stands, bookshelf stands that I've had for many years. Put those in our den just by themselves, and they fill that whole room up. Not that they just fill it up, but there's imaging, there's depth, there's a sense of high-end extension. The low end on them is incredible. I got to tell you, I'll just say it. The speakers I was replacing were the Primes before the new Prime Pros, and there is absolutely no comparison. So if you want to know what you can get into a really good high-end system that you would never be ashamed of, grab a pair of wireless Prime Pros for, I think they're like $900, and that's everything you need. You're done. You can always add to it, but don't think that the only thing that you're going to see at Audio Advice Live are Bugatti systems or Porsche systems. There's a whole lot of systems there that these guys have put together that normal people like me can afford to buy. So Nick, this is it's going to be really good seeing you guys there, and thank you for the explanation of the things that you're going to have at the show.
Well, I appreciate that. And, I think, one of the great things about these kinds of audio shows is you can go there and aspire to own these, crazy expensive systems and experience them maybe for the only time in your life. And that's awesome because it gives you that sort of perspective. But then you can go into rooms and, like you said, David, experience a $900 system that could be, sort of your entry point into the world of hi-fi, or your end game system in a small to medium sized room. And the ability to be able to demo all of these different systems simultaneously, one right after the other, and sort of in your own mind, do the math in terms of what is really most important to you, as well as seeing what's new and what's fresh, and the different kinds of technologies that these brands are using. I mean, it truly, for a consumer or anyone who's passionate about audio, it's just great. And, with the Prime Wireless Pro specifically, I really appreciate what you were saying. I mean, it was the type of product where, with all of our products, when we do a refresh, it's never about let's slap a new finish on it, maybe make the cabinet a little bit bigger. It's a top to bottom refresh. And we added HDMI, for those folks who wanted to direct connect to a TV. So it doesn't just have to be a hi-fi system. It can be a soundbar replacement, or it can function as a gaming audio system. We added AirPlay 2 and Chromecast. If you didn't want to learn the new app and have to, function through PlayFi, now you have options to direct connect through AirPlay 2 and Chromecast and Spotify Connect and some of those services, Kobas, where it just makes it one step simpler. And, it's an all-in-one solution. So it's great for folks who don't want to have to piece all those different things together and do all that research. But again, the fidelity of it is truly what makes it a product that I think anyone can aspire to own and not feel like they're compromising at all.
Yeah, totally agree. Value absolutely is the name of the game. And when I say value, don't think I'm in any way saying cheap. I'm saying value. So I'm looking forward to, as I always am, I'm looking forward to and you know me, I'm an audio guy, right? But I always look forward to the SVS video demos. There's only one thing that really makes me angry about the SVS videos. They're always so good. And then Larry always stops them like right at the best place. And you just keep going, can't you just keep it going? No, sorry. You got to go see the movie. He's a real
Nick and
puritan
Larry are some
for
of the
that.
best demos in the industry for sure. They're always
He is as anti-spoiler as you can get. He is such a movie nerd that like he can't fathom why you would ever give away even a very minor plot detail. So it's like you get these big raucous demos and you're like, oh, the climax is coming. It's like, oh, sorry, spoiler alert, we're shutting it down. But Larry, we've sort of broken him down a little bit. He gets to be he's a little bit more forgiving now, and we will have some new content. And I do want to throw out there, you know, I think a lot of people think with these big cinematic demos, it's all action and car crashes and bullets, and you know, it's not. We're going to have some family friendly stuff. So if you're on the fence about bringing the kids or bringing the family, get them down there. We got Coraline. The Super Mario Brothers has got some incredible scenes. Puss in Boots.
Yeah,
you know, like,
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. My 11-year-old son.
You're saving the best for last there, but you know we're going to have some fun in the room, and you know it's not all about just big explosions and violence and car crashes and things like that. There'll be that too, but bring the family. We'll have some content for them as well, and you might learn something too. That's big part of what we do is the art of the demo. Telling you what you're going to experience. You know, this is a great center channel demo. This is a great Atmos demo. This is really going to bring in the transient speed of the subwoofers. And so there's a element of education that we like to infuse as part of our demo experience as well.
Nick, thanks so much, buddy. We're kind of running a little bit behind. We got about 4 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye to you. But I do want to address all of the folks that we had on the stream. Thank you guys for all being here. This has been incredible. What a wonderful bunch of people. But I will tell you, I'm going to hold every one of you's feet to the fire. I want to get an audio advice playlist, an SVS, Eclipse. Jeff, you got 3 or 4 to do. And Tom, buddy, I don't know how you're going to get this done, but I want to get all these playlists that we can share with the audience after the show, so they'll know what we played. Sound good? Do I have a commitment from everybody?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I love bringing everybody in front of about 70 or 80 people, so that they're really committed, and they're not going to just say, "Oh yeah, I think we'll have one." Guys, Jonathan, I'll finish this out. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks, everyone. Can't wait to see you.
Thanks so much.
So, Jonathan, this is it, buddy. I think we were going to kind of finish up. You were going to tell us about a couple of the audio experiences that we were going to be seeing there.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I'm getting those up and ready, obviously, I want to give a big shout out to you as well. You know, for those who are listening who maybe don't know David as well, he's probably one of the most well-known and well-respected folks in the industry. And again, I came to you with this idea, and not only did you support it in a big way the first year, but you've been probably the biggest evangelist of Audio Advice Live, you know, for the past 12 months. And so that means a lot to myself, to the entire team. And so, you know, thank you for your support. Thank you for doing things like this to really help us, you know, deliver a great event. So it certainly means a lot. Happy
to do it.
Cool. So yeah, just on the audio side, you know, as we mentioned, in addition to what we just talked about, Monitor Audio is going to be doing their world premiere of their, make sure I get the name right, the Hyphens, which were the Concept 50s that they showed about a year or so ago. There's going to be DVLA, JVC. On the video side, there's going to be some amazing experiences. We're going to have like double-digit Dolby Atmos systems. We're going to have JVC NZ9, the NZ8. We're going to have the Sony GTZ 380 projector, as well as I think the 7000 ES. Barco is going to be there this year. The hotel is actually letting us run Atmos speakers in the ceilings, which is going to be awesome. So we're going to be able to create some really cool, amazing experiences that you just don't, I don't think see at any other shows in the entire country. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then the last thing I'll just touch on real quick, we've got some, you know, in addition to some great experiences, we've got a lot of great educational content. We have 4 different panel sessions throughout the course of the weekend. On Friday, we've got a panel session on building a high quality home theater with Gene Delasada from Audioholics, folks from Anthem, Trinov, Kinetics. It's going to be hosted by Nick Rich on our team. On Saturday, we've got the Future of Home Theater video. That's going to be hosted by Scott Noonan, who's our CEO. And we're going to bring in Mad VR, Kaleidoscape, JVC, Michael Stevens, who's Youth Man, who I know a lot of these folks are big fans of. He's going to be on that panel as well. And then Saturday afternoon, David's going to be joining me. I'll be hosting that session for Trends in High Performance Audio. You know, we're going to do some great cuts on there. We'll be joined by Sonos Faber, Kef, of course, David, and then Chris Trajner, who's with JBL. And then lastly, on Sunday, Leon is actually going to be back in the house. So Leon Shaw is going to be hosting that session on the vinyl revival. And he's going to have Michael Fremer, who's well known to everybody here, Jeff Coates, who you just saw, Bryce Allen, and then John Durda, who's known as having the best hair in all of hi-fi with MoFi. So he's going to be joining us as well for that session. So 4 great sessions right there, right at the in the big ballroom, right across from registration. It's going to be a ton of fun.
The best hair in hi-fi. Okay, I haven't heard that one.
You can't deny it either, I don't think.
That's gonna stick like glue. Don't forget on July 6th at 4 p.m. I won't be here because it's got to do with video, but they're going to be doing another live stream, audio advice live stream. And I think they're going to have, correct me if I'm wrong, but Gene Delasella will be here from Audioholics, Michael Stevens, Youth Man, as Jonathan just said, Adam Hauser or Ben Hagens from Kef. Both just great people. Chris Trojaner from Harmon, one of the most dedicated young men I know, and this guy just absolutely loves this industry. And then another special one is going to be John Mahoney from WLA. Yeah. So this is going to be a really, really good show. So mark your calendars, July 6th at 4 p.m. Audio Advice will have this on their social events. So, and probably, I'm guessing, newsletters and that kind of thing too.
Promoting it via email and social and all that good stuff. So thanks for letting everybody know about that as well.
So what did we miss? Is there anything that we didn't say that we'd like to pick up right now?
No, I think we covered it all. So again, I think we highlighted the folks who are with us today and what they can expect to see both on the experiential side and on the content side. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And thank you for again for supporting this in a big way. We really appreciate it.
I can't tell you how much of a pleasure it is. I will say that we're super happy. Cobuzz is super happy to be supporting and sponsoring the show. And thank you guys for putting on your website that we're the official streaming member. We're going to have 60-day free trials for anyone who hasn't tried high resolution. So check it out. Have some cuts ready. Ask the folks to play what you want to hear as well. They'll be very willing and able to do that. And I'd just like to say thank you to the whole Audio Advice team for working so hard, guys. This is a lot going on, but you make it look so easy.
Hardest working team in the industry. I'll put them up against anyone. So couldn't be more proud.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you guys too. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and we are going to, at this point, bid you adieu.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.